Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash, and I want to say Shalom to Yaakman Akwath out there, pursuing this truth diligently. Coming at you once again with another lesson. And this one's going to be titled, These Harlotous Women, are going to get a lot of you men killed. All right, or actually, you know what? These harlotous women are going to get a lot of you simple men killed. All right. And this is a video that I've had saved on Instagram for a little bit. And I was kind of going through the, the roles of if I want to go through my camera roll or Reddit or, one of these saved things and get into one of these many things that I have saved. And as I was going through Instagram, this came up, and I said, you know what, I should probably get around to this, right? Because this one, when I saw this kind of, infuriated me when I first saw it. And, this should be an example, all right, to men. Now, if you've been with a woman, for years, it's kind of a different story. I would hope that you'd be able to, trust her, what she says, okay? She said something happened, then, more than likely it did happen, right? That you're in that type of situation. If you've been with her, 8, 9 years, right? 7, 8, 9 years, you would think that you could rely on that woman to not lie, right? But a lot of these men out here now, you're getting with these women that, look, honestly, my suggestion for you brothers now that are like, single brothers, I would recommend just not, right? I would recommend not messing with these women, man. Because they're just a danger, man. They're a danger. There's so many different, accusations that can happen, where they say you hit them or try to do something to them sexually or tried to steal something from them or called them some type of name, and they'll tell their cousins or their brothers or they'll tell their father, right? And or they'll tell the police or some, and there's so many bad situations you can get into, man, with these women. And it's really, at this day and age, we're so close to the end, all right, that it's really no point. You're not going to be able to build a life with this woman, all right? And more than likely with a woman like that, that's not who you're going to be with in the kingdom, right? And I'm not, some of the sisters that you're with, some of the sisters, the brothers that are with the women now, they'll be in the kingdom with them. But these women, you had a girlfriend for a month, she might. All right, she might, but that's if she's a decent woman. All right, a lot of these women out here aren't decent women. Okay, they're harlotous, lying, conniving women. Now, I don't even know how to spell that word. So conniving. Okay, no, it's C-O-N-N-I-V. See, okay. Conniving. Okay. Conniving, giving to or involved in conspiring to do something immoral, illegal, or harmful. Connive, secretly allow something considered immoral, illegal, wrong, or harmful to occur. Okay, to conspire, all right, to, conspire. Conspiring to do something immoral, bad, wrongful, wicked, and evil, all right? They're always conspiring to do something wrong and evil, okay? Matter of fact, I had a situation happen with a conniving woman, all right? I'll admit that I was wrong in the situation. Now, what I said really wasn't out of line, all right? I just happened to do it and say it in the wrong place in the wrong time. A little bit too loud, right? And, this woman came up with the whole idea. She was with this guy, all right? She was with this guy, and she came up with the idea. I was saying, I was telling my wife some story. It's a really old story about how there was this, I don't even remember the story I was telling her. There's this woman, and, it was back when I used to hang out with, a group of druggies, and this lady kept on trying to get me to hold her baby over and over again. I said, I don't want to fucking hold the baby. I don't want to hold the baby, man. It's weird. I don't want to fucking hold the baby, right? And, this lady somehow took it into play that, my wife was pregnant and that I was abusive to her and that I didn't want to hold the baby that she was pregnant. Look, I don't know. These women are bugged out and crazy. And first of all, she didn't even hear the whole situation. All right. And instantly told her man, blah, 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 and had her man come and try to press me. Right. So that's how the whole situation went. And then me and my wife had to go back with these two saying, look, I don't even know where you got this from. Okay, I don't even know where you got this from. You're crazy. And then, I wasn't circumspect, so I'm not gonna even say with the rest that I said, but I wasn't being circumspect. I was still new in the truth, and called the lady basically a name. All right, so anyway, but because she was fucking dumb. All right, she didn't even know what she was talking about, and that's the type of shit that in a certain situation could have got your ass killed, right? In a certain situation, not with me, right? But had I been someone, right, that was not in the truth, all right, and was out in the world, all right, that's the type of shit that could have got you stabbed or shot up, right? And this guy kept pressing on me and pressing on me and pressing on me, right? And I was just hoping that wasn't gonna go worse than it did, right? And I'm gonna stop talking about it because I was fully prepared to defend myself if I needed to, man. I just didn't want to be banned from that target because that was a target by my house at the time. I don't want to have to whoop this guy's ass, or if he pulls something out, then now what, right? Now I have to pull something out, and then that's just gonna be a bad situation, right? Not a gun, but a knife or something. It's not gonna be a good. He was a Mexican. Mexicans love pulling knives. So this crazy. I don't know what it is, man. I don't know what it is. I've hung around a lot of Iskrites. I used to know this Mexican girl. She was chill. I used to hang with her, but she was crazy, man. Carried a big ass knife. All right, those Iskrites with them knives, man. But you don't want to get yourself into a situation like that. All right, where here it is, this woman done told you something, done told you a lie, and the guy didn't hear it. It was the woman, right? Because my wife heard the woman. I don't remember hearing it, but my wife heard the woman start whispering something to her husband or boyfriend about some bullshit, like some lie. All right, made this lie up, and he came over, tried to press me, right? And like I said, I'm not gonna go in and touch all the situation, but if I had to defend myself, I would have defended myself in that situation. Like I said, I don't got a gun. Oh, you got a gun? No, don't got one. But nice try, FBI, right? But if someone's doing that, you don't know. These people are crazy in the mind, right? And we're gonna see that type of situation happen in this video here. You gotta not only. I'll preface this by saying, not only do you men have to be careful of these bugged out women, you have to be careful about other men's bugged out women that might tell their man a lie and try to get you into some shit, right? So you just gotta watch out there, man. You gotta watch out there. So I'm gonna go ahead and play this clip, and you can see what people are saying on the corner. That's how people get killed. That's if someone comes and presses you, that's a situation. Depending on how crazy that person is, like I said, he's fortunate he hadn't happened to run into me, right? Had he done that with someone else, he might have been stabbed or shot up that day, right in the middle of that target. All right, so. You got to be careful, man, because that's a situation where his wife, and then him and his wife, I believe, ended up getting into like a little bit of a spat as they walked away, right? Because she wouldn't know what the fuck she was talking about. So just watch out, man. Just watch out for these women, because they're going to try to get you men caught up in some bullshit, and ultimately, a lot of these women are going to end up getting you men killed, okay? A lot of these women get these men killed. A lot, okay? Anyway, here's the video. Let me turn it up, all right? So let me restart it, all right? Mind you, watch this guy. Watch the Chucky guy. And mind you, this Chucky guy is fucking stupid. What he was doing wasn't circumspect either. But the fact of this whole thing isn't about what this guy on the right did. He was dumb, dressing up like Chucky, doing dumb shit. That's not the point. The point, and you could, it was Halloween, whatever. It doesn't matter, all right? It's a wicked holiday anyway. What matters is that she lied. That was the issue, all right? So here you go. Also, this is why you should be circumspect, all right? Let's go and get that real quick. Okay, Ephesians 5:15. See then that you walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise, redeeming the time because the days are evil. And that's same with me back in the Target situation. I should have been more circumspect. Now I know, choose words more carefully, even if they're not bad words that you're saying. Because if I go out and say, I was out with that lady that one time, and then, or something. Like, oh yeah, I saw that lady. I was looking at her one time. Did you hear that? He said he was looking at me one time, Or Or he'll say, oh yeah, you know, that guy who Jamal, man, Jamal's a dumbass. Oh, who'd you call a dumbass? You call me a dumbass? No, I ain't calling you a dumbass. What the, I don't even know you, man. I heard you over there. You said that guy's a dumbass. I said no. I said Jamal's a dumbass, and Jamal's my friend. Oh no, no, I heard you, man. You said I'm a dumbass. And he's like, man, this is fucking shit, you know. The Lord's gonna kill you, and you guys that are like that, quick to get into some controversy, all right, quick to fight. The Lord's gonna kill you, motherfuckers, too. All right, you're gonna get the right one day, and that's gonna say something. You're like, oh, that guy, he's a fucking dumbass. What'd you say? You what do you say, punk? You think I'm a dumbass? Yeah, I think you're a dumbass. What you gonna do about it, bitch? Oh, well, what you gonna do about it? Blam, blam. That's what I'm gonna do about it, punk. All right, that you're gonna end up getting the right one, man. All right, that pride, that big tough what do they call it? Machismo, all right, or however they pronounce it, that's going to lead to your death, that pride, man. But right here in Ephesians 5 and 16, redeeming the time because the days are evil. The days are evil. So you got to be careful even if you're saying something fine, because if someone hears you out of context, and people love to hear things out of context, they'll go and, you know, they'll concoct something that was said, right? They'll concoct something that was said. And you see it happen all the time with the prophets. They'll say, oh, they said this. They didn't say that. But these bug out groups, right, they always come against GMS, all right, saying this or that with half words, right? You can't build everything off of a half word. You got to let the full speech be done, right? Take one thing that say, oh, look what he said. You didn't even listen to the whole breakdown, man. So they do that a lot, especially with the, you know, the apostles. So now I wanted to get at least the scripture out. All right, now we can go and watch the video. Okay, and watch this lady, right?
You didn't even touch her.
Don't touch your girl. I didn't touch your girl. I didn't even touch your girl.
No way.
Huh?
Why she move?
Why she move?
I touched you.
What? Oh my God!
I didn't even touch her.
She wouldn't have moved.
Wish this guy would shut up.
I didn't touch your girl. I swear to God, I didn't touch your girl. You're, I touched you, like I physically, I touched
Yo,
you.
why is she literally just lying like that? How? Like,
Okay.
Because she's a woman.
Be honest about what? Be honest about what? Yes, I did. Yeah, I touched her. I did touch her.
yo, oh my God, she's really about to make her man fight for no reason right now? Jeez.
All right. Do you want to put any money on it that I touched your girl? Do you want to put any?
You're pissing me off right now.
There's cameras.
I touched you?
Yes, you did. There's cameras.
Like, is you cool? Is you cool?
Are you cool?
She wanted to jump up. Be honest.
I
She wanted to
touched
jump
you?
away for no reason.
She
Nah,
went back
this
on
is
for the-
crazy,
Man,
gang.
This can't be real. This can't be real.
Come on, bro. I mean, like, I'm stupid ass. Like, come on, bro. Come on, bro.
Gang, you
That
just.
goddamn asshole, bro. That shit, it's not even Halloween, bro. What is you doing?
All right, look, I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. So, you know how dumb you're about to look right now? I'm about to call you out, low key. How many times do you think she's lied? How many times do you think she's lied to you?
She's never lied? Oh, yeah, brother.
Let me see the camera.
He's cooked.
Yeah, I was gonna say he said she's never lied. You think a woman never lied? That out in the world that a woman never lied? Oh my God, yeah, you're dumber than I thought you were.
Yeah, I already knew he was cooked.
You literally touched me. What the
I was not.
How do you think he touched you?
fuck you? Fuck you.
Now it's fuck him?
Fuck you. Bye.
How is she mad because she lied? How do you think you got touched? This is what gets me mad.
See what I'm saying? I didn't get nowhere near her. Where's she going? You can't just let her walk away. You just.
I don't give a fuck right now. Be honest.
W.
What? What?
Because that shit's weird, bro.
What?
That's crazy.
She's. I ain't gonna lie, gang. She's walking on the street. You don't give a fuck about her?
Yeah, kid.
And he went straight back. The guy watched the video. They got into an argument. And then homeboy went right back to saying, be honest. What the fuck are you talking about, be honest? You just saw the video, you dumbass. You just saw the video. You men are just as dumb as these women. She said, fuck you, fuck you. You can tell that's just an end up, man. Just a bitch ass woman, all right? There ain't nobody need to be putting up with, all right? She just need to be put to death, all right, by Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, the Lord. Because ain't nobody, you know, and that man needs to be put to death, all right? And anybody that thinks like that man or woman need to be put to death, all right? And those people in Target that I was talking about, they need to be put to death. These all you controversial type people just need to be put to death. You want to start fights, start disagreements with people over bullshit. You know, what you gonna do, man? What you gonna do? You looking at me? You looking at me? You looking at me? You just gotta be put to death. The Lord's gotta put you to death, man. All right, because that's no way to behave. You're acting like a fucking fool, man. All right, you're like just a ridiculous person, man. All right, and you're not even the ones that are tough, man. The ones that are tough keep their fucking mouth shut. All right, they keep their mouth shut, and then when you say something, they say, "Hey, man, I don't want no issues. I don't want no issues." And then when the issues get going, they fucking rock you, put a couple paws on your jaws. All right, make fucking split your fucking wig open is what they do. Well, wow. You fucking hit me, man. Yeah, now you're on the ground. All right, so you know, and I'm not that type. All right, I'm not the type to go looking for a fight. I don't like fights. Okay, who the fuck wants to fight? Okay, it doesn't. Even if you win, at the end of the day, you got hit, they got hit. You still gonna have a bruise, right? None of you really won at the end of the day. All right, a win would be dissolving that situation and going about your fucking day and not wasting time and effort. Right, but these people of the world, all they, you know, everything's a controversy with them. All right, they think it's being big and bad to look like a retard. Okay, these people both look dumb as shit on the internet here. Okay, and the guy thought he was tough defending his. Well, you look like a fucking moron. Okay, and this guy over here on the right in the Chucky mask, you look like a fucking moron. And this woman over here looks like a fucking moron and a liar and a harlot. Okay, and just a bitchy ass woman. Oh, fuck you. Why? Because you were wrong and you were a liar? Fuck him? Man, the Lord's gonna kill you women, man. The Lord's gonna kill you women, and you simp ass men too. So let's go and get Proverbs 6:25 through 26. It says, "Lust not after her beauty in thine heart, neither let her take thee with her eyelids." Okay, don't let her take you with her eyelids because she looks pretty. All right, she got nice looking eyelids. She got nice looking eyelids. I like her body. Don't do it. Why? Verse 26, "For by means of a whorish woman," that's a whorish woman. You can look right at her and tell. "For by means of a whorish woman, a man is brought to a piece of bread, and the adulteress will hunt for the precious life." Okay, you're gonna be brought to a piece of bread. A piece of bread is just some wheat flour, some water, man. You're about to be a piece of bread. You know how low you've been reduced to? All right, just being a piece of bread, right? Let's go and get Proverbs 6:25 through 26 in the Good News translation, right? Let's go and get it here. So again, like I said, you brothers out there and you sisters, just be careful of the words that you choose. You know, that's what I had to learn. That's why I was in that situation, a learning lesson, man. To understand that even if you're not saying anything inherently controversial, all right, you could say something that gets taken out of context, all right, very easily. Okay, so just be careful. You say, how am I going to watch out that? Hey, just pray before you leave the house. All right. Probably didn't even pray before I left the house. I was new in this truth, so probably didn't even pray before I left the house that day. You know, and just be careful, man. Just keep the outside conversations to playful banter. All right. Nothing really anything serious at all. Right? So Proverbs 6:25 through 26, it says, and this is the Good News translation, mind you. It says, "Don't be tempted by their beauty. Don't be trapped by their flirting eyes. A man can hire a prostitute for the price of a loaf of bread, but adultery will cost him all he has." That's not really even, they completely changed the scripture. Okay, they completely changed the scripture. And it's not adultery to get with a prostitute either, by the way. So that scripture's also just going off. Let's get the NIV and the NLT. So this is the NIV. It says, I don't like how they're breaking down 26. But 25, we'll get 25. It says, "Do not lust in your heart after her beauty, or let her captivate you with her eyes." Don't do it. Don't do it. NLV. It says, "Do not desire her beauty in your heart. Do not let her catch you with her eyes." 26 is okay. It's got a few bones in here that need to be chewed up and spit out. Well, not really chewed up. They just need to be set aside and spat out. It says, "For because of a woman who sells the use of her body," not really sells, but the one who, is a harlot, "one is brought down to a loaf of bread. A sinful woman hunts to take a man's very life." So, these women are really actively seeking to destroy you. Okay? Like this guy says, she's cheating on him too. Yeah, and she'd never lie about it either, right? This guy says that's how people get killed. Absolutely. Absolutely. This person says, I'd put money on it. I'd put money on it too. I'd be willing to bet money on it. "I don't want to hear your fantasies, dude." All right, some, you know, woman. All right. So it says someone's feeling attacked. I'm gonna like that. It says, who are you? This isn't even about you, sis. It says projecting much. Look at that. You must be too. Everyone's ganging up on her. It's hilarious. And then you got simp men like this. You know it's grippy. Huh? Yeah, you're gonna get yourself in a fucking deadly situation because of a box. Dumb. I love this. It says, now why would you put yourself on blast like that? Generation dumb as a bag of rocks. And even that's giving you too much credit. It's true. This generation's dumb as a fucking bag of rocks, man. Dumb. Dumb as hell, man. Dumb. It says that's how people get killed. It says, nah, for real. It says for nothing. Yeah, for nothing. And it's not for nothing. It's for something. It says needs to be in a mental situation. It says, Lord, may these type of women never find me. Absolutely. It says for nothing. While you're lying to him like this girl, putting your own man in danger for no reason at all, women. And then you got the women cut, right? It says no, real shit. You speaking facts. She gonna get a ninja killed lying like that. Absolutely. What else? It says and there was a woman in here. I remembered when I had it. I don't think I said it. She's like, good. She basically said something like, good. A man should be willing to die for me or something like that, right? And then it says, he responds, says, good. You obviously don't care about your boyfriend. All you care about is your needs and wants. Here she is. I guess she deleted her first post, right? But that was the woman right here. She said, well, because I want him to protect me doesn't mean that I don't care about him. It's pretty stupid, right? You can see this woman, and you see what she looks like. Right, and her name's Siren K. Do you know what a siren is? It's funny. You know what they did? What did sirens do? It's an old folk creature. They led men to their death. In Greek mythology, sirens use their enchanting, beautiful songs to lure sailors to shipwreck and death. They would lead men to death. Okay, so that's hilarious that your name's Siren, because that's what you do. You want to lead men to death. Okay, yeah, false allegations are rare. Should they say, oh, you know, women lying, false allegations are rare? No, women always lie. All right, I'm what they call a victim blamer. Okay, so if you say, oh, he raped me, no, I don't believe you. I don't believe you. All right, I had a homeboy that was what's the word? Not convicted. That was allegated against. What's the word I'm looking for? Was starts with a C. It's been a long day at work. So like, let me drink some of this green tea I have here, right? Maybe that'll help me remember. But still can't think of the word. Falsely allegated. All right, falsely attributed that he raped this woman. All right, and they tried to basically put me in on it because I was with him. And, you know, but I had all the evidence on my phone, all right, that I was there, he was there, he didn't do nothing, I obviously didn't do anything, I was just chilling in the car, you know, some making out happened, that was pretty much all that happened between them, and, some other stuff too, but, you know, she was, you know, there was I was there the whole time, I would have known, and, you know, they brought him down to the police station, brought me down to the police station, and they found nothing, right, because it was nothing. All right, and after that, and I'm glad that happened, because first of all, it was a stupid situation, because we were at the head shop, all right, which is like where they sell pipes and stuff, because we were trying to, you know, ultimately we're trying to find some place to get some weed, all right, like back in the day before it was legalized, and he picks this woman up, and I didn't really have the greatest feeling, right, but I, you know, being dumb and stupid out in the world and stuff, I was like 17 too at the time. And I said, all right, whatever. We hung out the whole night. And, you know, the edge came off. I said, okay, whatever. She seemed like she was fine. She was cool. And then, you know, like 2 or 3 days later, we're getting called into the police station and stuff. And after that, mind you, I learned a couple things. First of all, she said she was a lesbian, that she wasn't into men. All right. Still ended up making out with my homeboy. All right. And getting a little frisky. So that was a lie. Okay, so the women are willing to change their mind. 2, learn never to trust a lesbian. All right, 3, ultimately never to trust a woman. And anytime they say that a rape occurred, I don't believe them. Okay, I don't believe them. So I'm glad I was in that situation too. Just dumb, uncircumspect situation to be hanging out. And I always got in trouble with that fucking dude. He was always getting into some dumb shit. But it let me learn all right, that women are a bunch of fucking liars, and half these women. I had another girlfriend back in the day. She said, oh, her neighbor next door raped her. That shit was bullshit. Bullshit. All right, just lying on this dude, right? So, you know, a lot of women, you know, a guy can bump up against a woman, accidentally, you know, have his elbow hitting her boob, and now he's raped that woman, right? So I don't trust these women. All right, I don't trust these women. And I know for a fact, when you sit there and you see that your homeboy did not do that, and you were in the car with them all night, they were never left alone. All right, you were there smoking cigarettes and partying and chilling, and mind you, I was sober all night. All right, I didn't smoke none, didn't touch nothing, and I know for a fact it didn't occur with my own 2 eyes. Okay, and then for her to say that happened, no, never trusted a woman again after that. Absolutely the fuck not. All right, he could have, if they would have alligated me into that shit, that he would have done 15 years. I don't know what I would have done. What I would have been, what, accessory, you know, or what or whatever the fuck, right? No, thank you. No, thank you. After that, I said I'm never trusting these women again. Absolutely not. And I bet home. I didn't hang out with him too much after that, but I bet he fucking stopped doing that shit too, if he was smart. All right, I seen him a couple times after that. Knew he didn't go to jail or anything, but I saw him a couple times after that. But that was it. It says except for black women. I won't even say except for black women. It's just all women in general. Okay. You know, you see this 5 to 10% doesn't change the fact that we men are the perpetrator and close to 95. You know, this guy's a simp. This guy says, bitch, don't with our women. I don't like them, but I love them though. Yeah, I agree. I would agree. Okay, I would agree. You know, don't just at black women. All right, don't just come at black women. The white women do. The white women are actually the biggest perpetrators of false allegations ever. All right, ever. Okay. Let's see. What else do we have? Lying about being touched is one of the most dangerous things she's lying about a lot of other stuff. Brother, thank God for this video. Absolutely. He needs to break up with her. She's going to get you killed, brother. Absolutely. She's going to get that man killed. All right. This was a blessing in disguise. I would agree. Proof witness statements alone shouldn't be able to convict somebody of being guilty. I agree. I fucking love that. That's great. It said, if the boyfriend was Hawaiian, he'd probably be in jail right now for literally nothing. Absolutely. It says, I low-key feel bad for bro chasing her down. I don't. Fuck him. I think he's a simp. He's trying to be Captain Save-A-Ho right now. That's how people get shot. Agreed. Absolutely. Women say false allegations don't exist. Absolutely. Even if bro did touch her, it don't look like oh boy gonna do anything about it for real. True. Her lies will get him jailed, hurt, and maybe killed. True. So it says she don't care about him. She just wants to be entertained and watch one of them beat each other up. That's all she wants. Absolutely. And dub type shit. It says, imagine dating someone that would lie on a man like that. I would instantly leave. That would put me in danger. Absolutely. I thought he touched me, lying asshole. Right? That shit's frying me. Absolutely. I thought he touched me. Then you broke one lie, and she said, he didn't touch you? Well, I thought he did. Now you're trying to, look, fuck, why do women do this? Because they're evil. All right, let's go and get that. Right? So, like I said, we usually don't tell about, you know, life stories and shit like that, and that's not one I talk about a lot, because that's the type of shit people say, oh, you might have done. No, I can, not that you know, but I know what happened that night. All right, I sat in the passenger seat. All right, I saw what happened. I know what happened. All right, so and we're not allowed to swear. All right, but I would bet all the money in my bank account and everything that I own, all right, that a grape did not occur. All right, if we could rewind the tape, I would. Well, it was a little heavy petting that was going on back there, but it wasn't grape. She never screamed or said, no, I don't like this or anything. She was cool, and she rolled with us for the rest of the night after it happened. Right? Rolled with it all the rest of the night, chilled, hung out, actually texted me, and was like, hey, let me get your number so we can hang out again, you know, to party or whatever. All right? And That's another thing. I said, no, he couldn't have done that. It couldn't have happened. None of us had anything to do with that because I have text messages. And they said, oh, okay. And you know what that happened then? The cop took photos of it. All right. And basically it dissolved after that at the end of the day. And also another reason it dissolved is because they were like, how old are you? I said, I'm 17. They said, okay, well, she said she's 25. I'm like, absolutely. Absolutely. So I don't have anything to do with her. All right. And so if she really could have got herself in a bad situation, because if she said she did something with me, then it would have been bad because I was 17 at the time. So she didn't realize by lying she could have got herself into a worse situation. She could have said, oh yeah, you know, he did this trying to get me in trouble, right? Because my friend, he just turned 18, I think, but I was 17. So she could have got herself in a bad situation. So, and it would have served her right. So it would have served her right. And that woman's out there free, all right? I don't think they ever did anything with her. So she's out there free to get more men in trouble. So that's the woman for you. Ecclesiasticus 25:19. All wickedness is but little to the wickedness of a woman. Let the portion of a sinner fall upon her. These wicked women are wicked. All right, that's why they're wicked women. All right, these women are wicked as hell. All right, all wickedness is but little to the wickedness of woman. All right, men go out of their way to do wickedness. A woman just existing is just doing shitloads of wickedness. Okay, just existing in a day-to-day life, just doing a bunch, you know, just bearing false witness, you know, just causing controversy and strife, you know, and just, oh my gosh, so much shit, man. And like I said, I give you those stories, all right, even though they're from a bad point in my life, all right, when I was doing bad shit, because, you know, at the end of the day, I was with a bunch of shitty ass women at the end of the day too, all right, that were druggies and just kind of like, you know, abrasive type. I won't say abusive, all right, but they were like, you know, mentally abusive, the type, oh, you're fucking dumb, you're stupid, you know, whatever you want to call that, a bitch, I guess. You know, they didn't, you know, they try to hit and shit too every once in a while. I've been with these type of women, and the Lord put me in those type of situations really at the end of the day to grow as a man and understand how these women are, okay, to give me firsthand experience, okay, and know that, hey, these women are just really a bunch of fucking assholes, all right. And now, hey, call all you Yahweh Shem Shai. I have a decent woman, so call all you Yahweh Shem Shai for that, all right. A blessing and a curse, right? These women at the end of even if she's your blessing, man, she's still your curse sometimes, right? So, but yeah, man, like I said, those I'm sure brothers out there have been in the same situations and have witnessed these women lie, man. All right? Like I said, so since then, I said I don't believe these women. Never. That guy Aki, you know. So no, I'm not gonna No. When you go through a situation like that with your own two eyes, and you see what happened with your own two eyes, you'll never be able to look at a situation with some woman saying it happened to her again. And it might have happened. All right, it might have, right? You might have had a situation where a man come and did something. But I'm gonna need information. I'm gonna need proof. All right, I can't just blindly believe you. All right, because half these women out here say, oh, he touched me, he did this, this happened. You know, nowadays it's literally a grape charge. All right, if your woman says, I don't want to do anything, and you try to grab some titties or something, now guess what? That's a marital grape. All right? The fuck? Because you tried to, you know, she said, oh, I don't want to do nothing. I'm good. Oh, come on. Let me get a little bit of titty. And nope, you've just graped her, and now you're going to go to prison for grape. Right? Marital grape. Okay? Absolutely. That's a new rule now. That never used to be something you could be arrested for, but now you can. Okay? So you got to be even careful with the wife, all right? If she's crazy, because she can still say you went and graped her, right? We say grape because the algorithm doesn't like the regular word, all right, being picked up, okay? So just be very, very careful. You brothers, I implore you, be fucking careful, man. Be careful. All right, and you women that lie like that, Most High is gonna kill your ass. You gotta be careful. The Most High actually might let your ass actually end up having that happen to you. All right, and give you some. Now you're not lying because now it did happen. All right, you need to watch out. Proverbs 6:25. It says, well, we already got that one. Salakia. Ecclesiasticus 19:2. Wine in women will make men of understanding to fall away, and he that cleaveth the harlots will become impudent. Now I love this scripture here because it says impudent, and impudent is really what happened in that video today. All right, impudent. All right. Now, the Google definition's kind of dumb. It says not showing due respect for another person or impertinent, right? But if you go down to Merriam-Webster, it says contemptuous or cocky disrespects of others. Rude, all right? Being cocky, All right, and contemptuous. What is contemptuous? All right, deep hatred, disapproval, showing contempt. All right, or cocky. What does it mean to be cocky? Boldly or brashly self-confident. Hey man, did you touch her, man? Did you touch her? Did you touch her? All right, you're gonna get the right one day. It says, yeah, what the fuck if I did? All right, he's gonna pull out that fucking Glock on your ass. And you're what? Well, what, motherfucker? Bam, bam, and you're gonna die over a woman. All right, a stupid situation to put yourself into. You look like a fucking fool. All right, and then you're gonna end up in a judgment report with all of us looking at you like a fucking dumbass. All right, look at this fucking idiot. All right, decided because you wanted to go and get cocky. All right. It's like that guy that got stabbed up in the guts. It was a couple years ago, man. He's told this guy that he wasn't, and I didn't see the whole video, but from what I saw, I don't think the guy was being so nice with telling the guy to stop vaping. All right, and basically, bop, 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 hit him in the fucking guts, and he was bleeding out, died right on camera. Why I go, oh my god, he just got fucking stabbed, right? And the guy got killed right in front of his wife and daughters, right? You got to be careful, man. Gotta be careful. If someone's smoking, it's getting in your face. Oh fucking well. Okay, it's not worth it to go say, hey man, could you put that out, and then he shoots you over it. These people are crazy. So he's gonna shoot you over it? Yes, people have been shot over plenty of things. All right, not having mustard on their Subway sandwich. All right, man, or was it a woman? Shot over mustard on sandwich. Subway, that's what it was. Brittany Macon was working at Subway for 3 weeks when the rookie employee was shot and killed for putting too much mayo on a customer sandwich. There you go. Now, you know, she was probably, you know, not being the nicest about it. All right, maybe. Okay, it very well could have been that she was being, you know, fine with it, and the guy just said, all right, that's done, I'm done with it, blah, blam, blam. The suspect came inside the restaurant to order a sandwich, and there was something wrong with the sandwich that made him so upset he decided to take his anger out on the two employees there. You know, so there you go. Yeah. Point a weapon at someone and shoot him for as little as too much mayonnaise on a sandwich. True. Thought it was mustard, but yeah, too much mayonnaise on it. Stupid, man. Just stupid. Right? There was some recent events. What happened? Just a bunch, man. They'll shoot you over anything. All right, they'll shoot you over anything. All right, you sneeze wrong, they might shoot you. So yeah, these people are evil. All right, redeeming the days, for the days are evil. We're in evil days, evil times, man, and people are wicked to go with it. All right. So first Esdras 4:26, it says, "Yea, many there be that have run out of their wits for women and become servants for their sakes." So we also got to get 27. It says, "Many also have perished, have erred and sinned for women." All right, so many have died, all right, gone off and been wicked for women as well. Okay, you've lost your wits. You know, running out of your wits literally means losing your mind, all right, over a woman. All right, and also on top of that, become servants for their sake. Oh, anything you want. Anything you want. Anything, baby, please. Please don't leave me, please. Anything, baby. No, fuck that. Let her go. All right, let her go. Don't save her. She don't want to be saved. Don't save her, right? Don't try to save a bitch like that. She don't want to be saved. All right, she want to be a free-ranged hoe, right? Don't try to lock her up in the gate and keep her at the farm. Let that bitch go. Let her be a free-ranged hoe, man. All right, she's just gonna go farm to farm to farm to farm to farm, and then that bitch is gonna be an old milk cow that ain't not going. Nobody else, no cows around, and no farmer to take care of her no more, and she's gonna die old and alone, mooing and mooing and mooing. Moo, moo, someone please moo. And you're saying, nah, bitch, nope, nobody wants you. Nobody wants you. All right, you should have just stayed on the farm in the first place. Isaiah 3:12, it says, "As for my people, children are their oppressors, and women rule over them. O my people, they which lead thee cause thee to err, and destroy the way of thy paths." These women are ruling over you. So what those that are leading are going to cause you to err. So really, these women, not only the leaders of this world that are currently in rulership, right? But also these women, also as your leaders, are going to destroy the way of thy path, all right? They're going to get you all fucked up, have you all messed up, man. These women are evil, man. These women are evil. Stay the fuck away from them. 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 Right? Mind you, you know, there you could probably find a prostitute for 200, right? You can get a bitch with infinite problems for the rest of your life, right? So just you know, really just be, you know, for the amount of money that it takes to go with a woman, you know, do it somewhere sanctioned. You know, here in Vegas they got like a place called Bunny Ranch. That's the only one I know. That's the popular one that everybody knows about is Bunny Ranch, right? And you go to Bunny Ranch, right? You can go and look. Let's see, where's Bunny Ranch, right? Bunny Ranch, right? It's in legal Nevada brothel. It's in Moonlight. So Las Vegas to Moonlight. Let's see, Las Vegas to Moonlight. People are looking it up. Let's see, 6 hours. All right, so you can probably take a flight from there. All right, there's probably you can get a bus. All right, you can do no bus. All right, you can go. I don't know. You can probably fly in. Let's see. Let me not, because that's actually just gonna show my address. But you can go. Let me see. If you do, say if you're in Chicago, right? You can go, look, you can go fly on Frontier, and planes are dangerous as hell, right? It's still a risk. You can go Southwest, United, wherever you want, right? For no more than $200, all right? Probably another $4, I don't know how much a brothel is. I imagine it's a couple hundred, right? And you can, you know, come do that, you know, come to Vegas, you know, book a night, some cheap random hotel, you know, any of the ones off the strip will be cheap enough, right? Go there. All right, do a one and done and get the fuck back for probably $1,000. All right, if you just can't maintain, all right, you can't maintain, or you know, or a girl that just, you know, wants to just, you know, give you a little something here and there, you know, that's better than trying to be down with a woman. Just I just want you, Don Quavius. I just want you. I don't want to be locked down. All right, bitch. Right, get what you can get from it and move on. Don't try to be locking down these. Don't try, as the old saying goes, don't try to turn a hoe into a housewife, all right, or a whore into a housewife. You can't do it. So if you got a woman that just comes around to give you a little something every once in a while, hey, just take that and go with it. Don't try to lock anyone down this day and age, man. If you've already got a wife, hey, that's great. Call all you how about meow shy, but I wouldn't be trying to go and actively seek out a relationship. Or even the apostles just said it. All right, now I'm not in GMS, but that's who I learned from. They just said it in like one of the recent apostles live stream. They said, you know, now's not the time for dating. All right, and it's not. Now's not the time for dating. All right, it's not even a good time to date, let alone is the time to date. These women are crazy. Okay, you're gonna try to, okay, I'll take you out to cheesecake. I don't want to go to cheesecake. I want a real man that's actually gonna make, you know, $700,000 a year and take me to Le Voin, and I want to get an $800 steak on my first because I need you to know that you can provide for me. Yeah, you know, there's one thing about providing, but ain't nobody. Yeah, I'm gonna be for real. You can go ahead and leave now, ma'am, because there ain't no point ever that I'm gonna buy you no $800 steak. But that's fine because at least it's equal rights right now for you as a woman and me as a man, because I'm never gonna buy me no $800 steak either, because that's just stupid. That's dumb. I would never spend that much money on something I'm just gonna shit out. That's dumb. Okay, I don't see any dinner that's over $100. I don't see it. I don't see the point. All right, $50 a person. That's fine. That's fine, man. You can go to nice places for that. You know, I don't know. Anyway, these women are crazy nowadays, you know. I don't know. I don't know if they're, you know, blows my brain, blows my mind. It really do, because that's crazy. That's crazy. These women want more than that, because I mean, there's like, you can go to nice places for that, man. You can go to nice places for that, you know. But $100 dinner, that ain't cheap. All right, I don't know if you know that, but you know that's not a cheap dinner. Okay. Anyway, gee, it says Proverbs 19:9, a false witness shall not be unpunished, and he that speaketh lies shall perish. Goes for women as well. Just because it said he don't apply to you women as well. Okay. So if you speak false witness, you said, oh, guess what? This person did that thing, right? He touched me and he didn't, right? Then, you know, those are gonna perish. right? Hell, just today I had to, I almost accidentally bared false witness on someone. I was just trying to, you know, get out of a bad situation, but I was like, let me make it a little bit more open-ended. All right, so I had to make it open-ended because I didn't want to, you know, have it be a false witness. I just wanted to be open-ended without, you know, stating, you know, the fact, right? You know, try to, you know, skirt around answering the question. So I was like, you know, it could have been anyone, right? Could have been anyone. I don't know, right? But I tried to tailor it because at first it was coming. I'm like, I don't like how that sounds. It's almost getting off a little false witnessy. All right, so I have to call myself on that. You know, I already repented for it, so I was like, you know, it's a little came, but at the end it came out more as just a blanket term. I wanted it to be blanket. I don't want it to be anybody in specific getting blamed. All right, over not answering a question. So Revelation 21:8, it says, but the fearful and unbelieving and abominable and murderers and whoremongers and sorcerers and idolaters and all liars shall have their part in the lake which burneth with fire and brimstone, which is the second death. So you people, you know, that like to, if you're on this list, all right, then, you know, you're gonna burn up in those flames, or those chariots, man, those chariot beams, either those nuclear missiles or those lasers, those chariot lasers, all right, aka, you know, UFO lasers, all right. So, you know, hey, the choice is yours. It's not really, all right, but you have the illusion of free choice. So, you know, just let this be a lesson, man. Between, you know, I don't like talking about my past, and especially something that can, you know, you can have somebody bend and try to take it a certain type of way. But hey, you know, I told you that story, you know, with the homeboy, because that should scare the shit out of you men to know that, hey, man, you know, you can get yourself in a bad situation. All right, and I'm just thankful that I had information on my phone that proved that she was lying. All right, and then two, that the cop, you know, believed that, you know, it was her number and everything like that, and they didn't have to believe me saying that I was there the whole night. I know it didn't happen. They could have said, no, are you sure they didn't go off at any time? No, we don't believe you. I'm like, okay, I didn't record them. Shit, I mean, I was there the whole night, but shit, you know. And hell, me get labeled as an accomplice or something. So, because that's how the situation went. It wasn't originally me being labeled as accomplice or as me being done it. They asked me if I did anything, but it was more so about asking if that situation happened. I said no, I was just there, all right, and I didn't ever see nothing, right? I was in the passenger seat, right? So I would have been able to see, right? I would have been able to hear, right? But, you know, dumb shit you do when you're a kid that teaches you lifelong lessons. All right, and like I said, the Target situation, not a proud moment of mine. I should have kept my mouth shut. All right, what that guy did was very dangerous. He's just fortunate I happen to be a not dangerous individual. All right, I'm not gonna shoot, stab, or kill anybody. All right, I don't be carrying weapons like that, right? But, you know, if I had to defend myself and fight, I would have to. And this guy tried to kill me. I don't know. I'd pick up the edge of a video game case or something. I don't fucking know shit. You know, that's fight or flight at that point. But, you know, I don't. You know, we don't like violence here. All right, the Lord is the one who pays back. Okay, so at the end of the day, someone starts an issue with us, we really don't even have to do anything because the Lord's gonna get these people back. Okay, we are to be wise as serpents, harmless as doves, as the scriptures say. So just be circumspect. All right, be circumspect, you brothers out there. That's really what this lesson serves the most part, is just be careful, man. Just be careful when these women say something. If you got a dumbass homeboy, maybe don't hang out with him like that, right? Because you're gonna end up in a situation like that. All right, and the difference is I was 17. I could have been fucked up for life. All right, but you are older, and they might just throw the book at you. All right, so, and especially, you know, I'm sure me being a speckled bird helped in that case. Right? Had I been a young, you know, black-looking male, it wouldn't have been so good. All right, it wouldn't have been so good. So, just be careful. All right, just don't lose your life or your life. All right, either behind bars or in a grave over some woman, man. It's not worth it. All right, no box is worth death. All right, or prison. Okay, so just don't do it. Be careful and be circumspect, not only with the women, but these men out here too, man. Be mindful when you're talking about certain things. You know, they might think you said something about them. You say something about me? No, I wasn't even talking about you, man. So just be careful with the men, be careful with the women, be careful with the children, be careful with the animals, be careful with the birds. Just be careful with everything, man. Just be careful, because it's an evil time that we're in, man, and it's only gonna get worse. All right, and as the scriptures say in Matthew 24, that the love of many, and, you know, let me go and get that to show you the state of the world. Matthew 24:12, it says, and because iniquity shall abound. You know, iniquity is sin stacked. So because there's more sin just getting, you know, building and building and building and building and building in the world, abounding, right? And on a large scale. And because iniquity shall abound, build and grow in a large scale, the love of many shall wax cold. People's hearts are going to be, you know, evil towards you. All right? They're going to have an evil eye towards you, right? In verse 13, but he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. So just be careful out there. All right, just be careful. That's the message. Be careful. And you women that try to go and do those things, you're gonna end up dead, or your man's gonna end up dead. All right, one way or another. All right, either in the end days, if you even make it there. All right, because you might get gunned down with your man by some crazy ass. That's also, all right, that his love is waxed cold. He doesn't care about you or your husband or your boyfriend or whatever you want to call him. All right, he'll just shoot you and be done with it because he's a savage. He's a thug. Right? He's a YN. He don't care. Bad decision making individual. Right? So just be careful. That's the end of this lesson. Lord, what was edifying. We're going to close out there. Once again, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakak. I want to say shalom to you brothers and sisters out there. Keep enduring. Keep the faith. We're almost out of here. Until next one, Lord willing. Shalom.